Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment.
Driven into right field. Gone. See ya. On his bobblehead day. Fly ball right field and deep. Going back is low. Turning, looking. See ya.
Fly ball, opposite field. Back goes Bowers, and that baby is gone.
3 outs. High fly ball, right field and deep. Low back, on the track, at the wall. See ya.
Today is May 12th, 2023, and the Yankees were under the lights against the Rays, looking for a little redemption after a tough loss in Game 1. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Hey everybody, a quick word from today's sponsor. Before we dive into today's episode, let me tell you about Future Fitness. Imagine for a moment having a personal trainer right in your living room. That's exactly what Future offers. When you sign up, you'll have a video call with your trainer who will design a unique fitness plan just for you. Whether you prefer body weight workouts at home or going to the gym, Future's trainers are equipment agnostic and will adapt to your plan accordingly. With voice prompts, video check-ins, and in-app messaging, it'll feel like your trainer is always by your side. They'll help you achieve your fitness goals and keep you on track, even if you need to switch things up once in a while. Future's trainers have worked with everyone from professional athletes to busy professionals, so they know how to meet you where you're at. Use the link in my description and get your first month for just $19. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your fitness journey.
All right. Guys, that was a big win. Multiple comebacks. Good night to be named Anthony, too. We got 335 in the chat to kick it off tonight, and that was a fun one. Back and forth. If you like home runs, that was your night. Yankees actually showed some fight. Anthony Rizzo left very little doubt as to who the belt winner is going to be, and Anthony Volpe had a pretty good night as well. Welcome back, everybody. In case you missed it, I had a great conversation with Pete Simonetti before the game about Dylan Lawson, who doesn't care about hitting stats, but we're not going to hold that against him right now after a game like this. I disagree with his opinion, but it's worth watching. Definitely check it out. We also talked about Boone. We talked about Hal. But let's get to this game because I don't know if this is a turning point or not. I don't know if this team is, got what it takes, but this felt like it could be a turning point. This felt like it could be a momentum builder because you've had so many tough losses in the last couple of weeks, right? It seemed like every night, just another gut punch, another left to the kidneys and a right knee to the hacky sack. Every single night with this team. And now, tonight, it's our turn to kick a little ass. Anthony Rizzo on bobblehead night, the Mandalorian bobblehead with Anthony Rizzo's likeness. He hits 2 home runs, including a game winner in the bottom of the 8th. What an evening. Ian says, with all the struggles, I really loved seeing the fan passion at the stadium tonight. That's the most energy I've seen in the stands so far this season. And that's a great point. And this was a huge game because, it's a packed house. Division rival. We'll get to that because we got to talk about Garrett Cole. He got hammered his last time out against the Rays. And he had trouble right out of the gate again today. Monster home run by Randy Arozarena. And he did his little pose at third base. Didn't seem like the Yankees liked that too much. But to their credit, the Yankees came charging right back, led by Anthony Rizzo.
On the track at the wall. Anthony Rizzo.
Don't you ever come back here again.
Don't you come back here again. His 7th home run of the season, short porch home run. Hey, it's almost like having power hitting lefties in this ballpark is a good idea. Who would have thought it? Top 2, another home run for the Rays. 4th home run in 4 innings over the last 2 starts for Garrett Cole. Makes you wonder if, maybe they've picked up on one of his pitches or 2 of his pitches, because they were seeing him pretty well. In the bottom of the 5th, Anthony Volpe tied things up with a solo shot to right field.
There it goes. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Anthony Volpe, a spectacular home.
Second home run in the last 3 games. He hit a grand slam against Oakland a couple of days ago. Opposite field shot. That's the 3rd opposite field home run in his first 6 weeks playing with his home games at Yankee Stadium. Imagine what he's going to do when he becomes stronger and becomes a better hitter. And remember that he's also an amazing base stealer and overall a great defender. The kid is for real, and anybody who tells you he's a bust or tells you he isn't as good as was hyped, they don't know what they're talking about. Look at the metrics. And just look at the development that he's made over the last several weeks. Kid's for real. Garrett Cole was done after 5 innings. Final line, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. I'm sorry, but on a night like this, he's got to be able to give us more. The bullpen has been somewhat depleted. Rivalry game, a lot of energy, packed house. You got to give us more. Still, though, not horrible. Ian Hamilton came in and struck out the side in the 6th. Fantastic job by him. I continue to be impressed by Ian Hamilton. First of all, the guy looks like he rips phone books in half. I mean, this is the most jacked pitcher that I've seen maybe since Kyle Farnsworth. Which, usually don't see a lot of guys like that because you like to be flexible as a pitcher. It'll be interesting to see if he has any kind of muscle stuff over the next couple of, months. Tweaks here or there, or if he's just one of those guys who's also very flexible. Those guys do exist. Mike King came in the 7th and did a fantastic job in the 7th, not so good in the 8th. 3 outs on 12 pitches in the 7th, but the bottom of the 7th, Anthony Volpe picked up another base hit to make it 3-2. Second RBI of the night. And one of the other things I love about this kid, he hits the ball back up the middle, he hits the ball to right field, and he pulls the ball. So he uses the entire field. He's a spray hitter with power. He's also got the clutch gene. He's had multiple clutch hits this season. Later in the inning, Jose Trevino hit one into the corner, and Randy Arozarena just made a fantastic catch, and I got to give him a round of applause. I know we don't like him, and he's a pain in the ass, but the guy's a good player.
Baba Booey.
So Oswaldo followed up with a base hit to make it 4-2. He also got thrown out trying to take second. Not a great play there, not a smart play. You can see this is lined to right field. It scored the run, but got thrown out to end the inning. 8th inning, not so good for Mike King. 2 soft hits and then a 3-run home run by Josh Lowe. That made it 5-4 Rays, and I started to huff and puff, and somebody tweeted at me that the rant meter was like loading. It was like dialing up, and they were correct because I was steaming. I was steaming Willie Beeman. I was just ready to go. But luckily for everyone here and for my ads who do not have to, or my sponsors who do not have to endure a profanity-laced tirade, Anthony Rizzo saved the day once again.
Track at the wall. Anthony Rizzo.
Don't you ever come back here again.
Second home run of the night.
Double kill.
And look, Anthony Volpe went absolutely berserk on the bench. You love to see it. I love that kid's energy. And look, as a 21-year-old, he's got a ton of energy, but he's also going to have a little bit of shyness to him. If you listen to an interview, he's a little shy, I think. But as he gets around the guys more and is more comfortable, he's going to be able to let loose a little bit more. And it's cool to see him showing emotion and passion on the bench. I think between him and Bader, and to a certain degree, Oswaldo Cabrera and IKF, we have more speed than we've had in recent years. So that's a good thing. I would love if this team was a little bit more lefty. You saw what Rizzo did tonight. if we could have a couple of more dangerous hitters like that, I still think Bryce Harper should have been a Yankee. Oh, that's going to be an all-time fail. But anyway, Wandy Peralta came in and slammed the door. Emphatic throw to first on a comebacker. Huge, huge comeback win for the Yankees.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
Bevo says Hamilton looks like Daniel Craig. I love it. And Jacob says it's quite ridiculous. I love that. That's fantastic.
You're a winner.
And Victor Ortiz says Wandy is a GOAT. He has ice in his veins. Absolutely. Belt winner tonight, left zero doubt. Anthony Rizzo. On Mandalorian bobblehead night. I love it. You know, I still haven't watched Mandalorian other than one episode. I'm a big Bill Burr fan, so I watched the episode from the first season where Bill Burr was in it. I had no idea what was going on. I thought the little baby Yoda was kind of cute, but whatever. First belt of the season for Mr. Anthony Rizzo. All right, let's take some of your comments because this was a interesting, fun, energetic game. On a Friday night in the Bronx, it was looking, I mean, it was a packed house. It was probably the biggest win of the year. I mean, you know, you think back to 98 with David Wells throwing his perfect game on Beanie Baby Day. That kind of changed his season. The whole, you know, going forward, he was just unhittable after that point. You know, maybe a night like this where you get the right kind of energy, the right mix, it can set some momentum going for you. You know, get the, I guess, the mood in the clubhouse up. I don't know. Maybe they come out tomorrow, they lose by 10 runs, but tonight felt like a good turning, a good turning point to look at. You know, if you're looking for a mental edge as a team, you can look at tonight and say, hey, we came back twice. We got big game from our rookie. We bailed out our ace. We bailed out our best relief pitcher. And we found another relief pitcher for sure in Ian Hamilton. That guy's a beast. Epic Warrior says, remember when people were calling Rizzo old? Well, that's because his back locked up for like 2 months. But yes, we do remember that. We do remember that. All right, we see here. Not so family fun vision says Holmes has looked pretty good lately. Holmes looked good tonight. He's good when he doesn't have the pressure of closing out a game. I've said this all along. His problem is when he starts to think, you know, you don't have much margin for error and he loses the strike zone and then he can't find it again. But when he's got people backing him up and you know you can pull him after 3 hitters if he doesn't find it, he seems to just relax and just throw strikes and just let the movement on that sinker do its thing. Sam Austin says Rizzo has had some big, memorable home runs as a Yankee at Yankee Stadium. Canyon says that's the type of win to give fans and the players the belief that they can turn things around. And then Albert Jr. says Rizzo is batting 300 plus, and it's amazing that it's only his first belt. He is hitting .301 with an .887 OPS. Let's take a look at the box score tonight. Might as well. So Torres in the leadoff spot tonight. That's one thing you notice. He went 0 for 3. Judge went 0 for 3. Did score a run. I think Judge's timing is off. To me, he looks like he's a little bit late. He didn't have any kind of rehab games. He just took BP, and that's a totally different animal than hitting off a live pitching. I think he'll be fine. Wouldn't surprise me to see him DH tomorrow and just, kind of take a half day off as they ease him back in, but he's going to get going. Rizzo, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, obviously a huge game. LeMahieu, 1 for 4, continues to hit the ball hard. Bader, maybe cooling off just a little bit, but 1 for 4 tonight. Made a couple of nice catches in the outfield. I love watching him defensively. He is unbelievable. His footwork is the best I've ever seen, and I've been watching baseball since 1987. Best footwork in center field of any center fielder, and that includes Ken Griffey Jr. The only right fielder, only one player I can think of that had better footwork than Harrison Bader, and that's Ichiro in right field. I mean, when Ichiro was at the top of his game, I saw him in person a few times. Unbelievable. Even in batting practice, taking great routes and adjusting his weight shift and all that stuff. Volpe, 2 for 3 tonight. Bowers had a pinch hit. Trevino, 1 for 3, and Cabrera, 1 for 3 with a ribby. Still hitting 196 and had the base running blunder. Garrett Cole's ERA stands at 2.22 on the season. Ian Hamilton drops down to 1.29. Mike King, after the rough night, 2.53, so it shot up a lot. Holmes down to 4.61, and Wandy Peralta sporting that 1.88. And yes, balls of steel to close it out. All right, looks like we got a couple more super chats here. Jeff J says, is Judge playing hurt? His stance changed over the course of the game, and he seemed to move awkwardly with that bloop single in the 8th. He didn't have a bloop single, did he? No, he didn't have a hit. It could be. He just came off the IL. Guys do get hurt and then play through it. Maybe he's still feeling a little something. But you have to believe him when he says he doesn't feel anything. I think it's just a timing thing. He does seem to open and close his stance a little bit depending on the pitcher, which is, I don't know if he did that last year. But Super V says the Yankees needed this game for positive reasons and also to feel good about themselves during this tumultuous season of injuries.
Excellent.
Bonus points for using the word tumultuous. UT, you've been commenting here for like 5 years, and 3 years, and I can't remember how to say your name. Marianne, maybe you could spell it phonetically so that I can stop fumbling over it in every podcast. Anyway, he says that Bowers is a stud, and Bowers seems like he's a tough out. Bowers is now hitting 278 with a 944 OPS, but that's limited playing time, mind you. But he hits the ball hard. He has competitive at-bats. I don't know if he's going to be great against lefties because he kind of bails out, it looks like, but he's got that classic lefty swing that you like in Yankee Stadium, like Greg Bird, just a slight uppercut. Ted Williams once said that the perfect baseball swing is just a slight uppercut, and he does have that, so that's good. Parks and Young still wants Dylan Lawson to be fired. Copenhagen Wintergreen, interesting name, says that he wants Bader in the 2-hole and Judge in the 3-hole. I could live with that. Who you got leading off? I don't like Torres in the leadoff spot because he's always trying to hit home runs. And I get that he's got a decent eye and he works he works at bats and he can run a little bit. I just don't like him in the leadoff spot. To me, he's an RBI guy. He's one of those guys, those rare guys in the order who can actually put the bat on the ball. And so I like having him up with guys on base. I like having him up with a chance to, fight off a pitch and loop it into right field and bring in some runs. Honestly, I know DJ is a great run producer as well. I like him in the leadoff spot too. I like him getting on base ahead of Judge, ahead of Rizzo, But anyway, now's not the time to complain about the lineup. William M says, do you agree that Torres has to go? Not yet. Copenhagen says he loves Bowers. He makes Hicks look like a water boy. To be fair, a lot of people make Hicks look like a water boy. Spinning Mantis wants to go LeMahieu, Bader, Judge, Rizzo. I could get behind that. As long as you got Judge batting third. A lot of people want Judge to hit cleanup or bat fourth, but I want him up in the first inning. I want to make sure that he gets that extra at bat if possible. But Parkson also says Bowers over IKF any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Aiden, a little late to the party, says Rizzo with 2 home runs tonight. He was dangerous. And Wayne says Rizzo is the toast of the town.
Excellent.
All right, guys.
Game over, man.
Gonna wrap it up.
Game over.
I gotta get out of here.
Anthony says he was at the game. Bobblehead Rizzo. And Aiden says, shouldn't Bader lead off? Well, just looking at his numbers career, he's never been a great on-base percentage guy. Last year, his on-base percentage was .294. His career best was .334. That was back in 2018. He's a career .248 hitter, but he's definitely changed something. And he's another guy who can drive in runs. I mean, he's got a lot of RBIs since coming back. So, you know, I kind of like him in the middle of the order too, maybe 5th or 6th. So we'll see how it continues to play out for Bader as he gets more at-bats, see if the league adjusts to the adjustments that he's made. But, you know, been fun to watch so far. And James G with the quote of the night says, respect. I love it. Oh, man, that's got to be a t-shirt. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in a respect t-shirt. That is a freaking great idea. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Hey, everybody, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks so much for watching and listening to the podcast. We appreciate your support, and we've got a few ways that you can help us continue to grow. First off, you know this, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps other passionate fans like you discover us and join the conversation. If you're active on social media, give us a follow on Twitter at NYY Recaps Derek and Instagram at NYY Recaps for in-game and post-game content. And if you want to take your support a step further, consider becoming a member to get your name featured in lights on each post-game show. And I try and put out occasional members-only videos. We're going to be doing more of that soon because we've got a significant amount of members now. And for all you Yankees fans out there, visit NYYRecaps.shop to snag some awesome merch for your favorite players. We've got hats, hoodies, mugs, coasters, artwork, you name it. Thanks again for tuning in. And if you want more content from Derek, that's me, the creator of this channel, check out my other channel, STREAMSKI. It's got content on things like UFOs, paranormal activity, all that kind of fun stuff. So check it out. I'll see you next time.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.